Local history, local culture, local events, your community. This is the Joe Kelly Show.
Hi there, everybody. Welcome to the show. Thanks for joining us. Mohawk Valley Learning, Mohawk Valley Institute for Learning and Retirement. I'll get that right. That's the topic of today's show. We're going to be talking with Cynthia DeTraglia. Cynthia is one of the organizers of that great event. There's a lot of new things happening, new venue, new classes, and open houses coming up. The way to register, we're going to be talking to Cynthia about all of that. But first, we're going to say welcome. Good to see you.
Nice to see you, Joe. Thank you for having me.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Why don't we start, for those who don't know what the organization does? Why don't you give us an overview of what the organization is?
Well, MVILR is a not-for-profit organization that offers lifelong learning opportunities for both retired and semi-retired individuals in the area.
And and we're going to go over some of the classes that you're offering this time, but that goes from, boy, one extreme to another. You've got the bases covered. How did it get started?
Well, back in 1997, Nancy Dubner was recently retired from the New York State Power Authority. And she thought of an idea of bringing lifelong learning to the area. So she enlisted some of her friends who discussed the situation. They decided to visit some of the elder hostels in the country to see what they did and how they got started. And they made their visits, they came back, and Nancy was good friends with Dr. Peter Kahan, who was the president of, then it was SUNY IT, it was a two-year college. She approached Dr. Kahan, he thought it was an excellent idea, and gave her his approval. So then this small group started organizing, and they formed committees. They decided that they were just going to do as much as they could to bring lifelong learning to the area. They had to get classes, so they enlisted volunteers in the community, and they called the teachers facilitators. That's how that name got started. And by the time the fall of 1997 rolled around, they were on board. They got a board of directors, they got a mission statement with the college, and they were all set to go.
How many, you've been involved since '99?
I joined in 1999, yes.
Yeah. So maybe you might not know, but that first year, how many classes did they offer?
I think in the very beginning they offered 50 classes, and then it gradually grew over time.
And it was at SUNY, as you say, and it was scattered around the SUNY campus in different classrooms?
Yes, it started out at, as you know, SUNY was not like it is today. Classes were in Kinsella building, and then gradually over the years we moved to Donovan. We had classes there. We had a couple classes in the library, but mostly Donovan and Kinsella.
And now this year you're going to MVCC, yes?
Yes, we partnered with MVCC. We are excited with this new opportunity. Our classes are now going to be held at the Rome campus, all in-person classes this fall. And we have easy parking, accessible parking, free parking. We have designated classrooms for the first time. And it's going to be a great opportunity for us.
Do you do any online classes?
We are going to have 2 Zoom classes on Fridays. But what we did last winter, because we were shut down, I mean, the pandemic hit, we were essentially shut down for the year. So what we did to keep everyone's interest up, our members up, we did Zoom classes once a week on Thursday morning, which turned out to be the best thing we could do because people loved it and they learned Zoom technology. And so therefore, we're going to continue just with a couple classes on Fridays,
'Cause
but the rest will be in person.
Yeah, part of the mission is not just for learning, but for socializing and getting people together, yes?
Absolutely. As we grow older and we progress in our retirement years, we lose friends to illness, and many people leave the area, move to a warmer climate. But the need for socialization and the need to keep your mind and body active continues. And that's where MVILR fits in. It fulfills those needs, but it does so in a very relaxing, casual setting. The best part, these are all non-credit classes, by the way, and the best part is there's no pressure. There are no exams, there are no grades.
The people who have been out of a classroom experience for a lot of years will be happy to hear that there is no marks, there are no tests, there are no...
Right,
Yeah.
and you're with people who are there to enjoy being together. It's a wonderful experience.
And you've got an open house upcoming, yes?
Yes, our open house is going to be Thursday, September 9th from 10 to 12. It is on the Rome campus. It's the Plumley building, 1101 Floyd Avenue. People can just drop in. They can learn about our program. They can meet some of the facilitators who will be teaching this fall. They can get a tour of the building. They can register if they'd like to join. They could pick their classes they would like to take. Everything can be done that morning.
Do some classes get shut down because there's reached a limit?
It depends on how many seats we have in the classroom, yes, but usually we can accommodate people.
Yeah, I remember one year my friend Frank Tomano was a frequent guest in that chair, gave a class, and it was at SUNY, and they had to move to
Yes.
a bigger...
We've had to do that in the past because classes they're popular, people sign up, and we've had to move classes.
Yeah, his class, if I recall correctly, was on old movies. People were very interested in old movies. In fact, when we come back, we'll talk a little bit about some of the classes being offered. Cynthia DeTraglia is our guest, and we're talking about MVILR.
Correct.
It's the first time I've gotten that correct.
You got it right.
Okay. Short break, right back. And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Cynthia DeTraglia is our guest. We're talking about the organization that she helps keep going, and that is an organization that has all volunteers, yes?
Yeah, we have one paid staff. Our program coordinator, Sophia Pachon, was just hired in June.
Okay, MVILR, and it's been around since 1997. And who decides, Cynthia, on what? I was looking at some of the classes. I'll have you. I know you got a list with you. Who decides on what classes to offer?
Well, we have a curriculum committee, and the curriculum committee meets weekly while classes are in session. And we sit around and we barnstorm ideas. We come up with ideas for classes that we think our members might like. We come up with names of facilitators, and then we reach out to these people. These are all volunteers, by the way, that do this. And these people have a love for a particular subject, and they want to share that with our members. I'll give you an example of two. One was Dr. Ted Max, very busy general surgeon, vascular surgeon. He loved talking about Leonardo da Vinci.
Really?
So he gave a class very popular
Yeah.
class, several years on Leonardo da Vinci. Dr. Saul Feiner had a love, dentist had a love of art history, and he gave a class. So it doesn't necessarily have to be in the topic or the area that they're an expertise in. It can
Right.
be something they just have a love
Well, when you were
for.
saying that, another name came to my mind, and maybe he's on your board, I don't know, Fred Capizzola.
Yes, Fred is on the board, former president, a very active member for many years. Fred, as you know, very interested in antiques. He-
Bottles.
Bottles, yes, collects bottles. He has talked about that, but I think his main love is Shakespeare.
Oh, I didn't know
His Shakespeare classes are very popular. And what I have taken his classes, and what was nice for me was I'm a nurse, and in taking mostly science classes and studying to become a nurse, I wasn't able to take any of these English or Shakespeare classes. And this gives me the opportunity to learn something that I never had the time for.
that. Right. Who's president now?
President, we're just having our annual meeting today. Tom Talbert is our outgoing president. Our new president will be Nancy Ketz.
And I didn't give you a title. Do you have a title, vice president?
No, I'm on the board
On the
this
board.
year. I've been an officer in the past. I'm on the board.
What are some of the classes that are going to be upcoming? Now, the classes start what date?
The classes begin on September 20th, fall classes. They end November 12th. And I just want to mention that for the first time in our history, you can join the program online.
Oh.
Our website, and I'd like to give it, is mvcc.edu/MVILR. You can go online, join the program, pay online with a credit card. It's a secured site. And one membership fee for the year entitles you to taking classes, any of the lectures, special events, or program that we have throughout the year. And for people who go to Florida or wherever south for part of the year, we also have partial memberships.
Mm-hmm. And what do they cost? What's the membership cost?
Well, our full year membership is $260, and that includes parking.
And so you can, as much as you can squeeze into that year.
Yes, you can take as many classes as there's room for.
And is there a special rate for those people who go away and can't be here?
Yes, that's all online.
Okay.
It's all listed online.
Some of the classes will start, is it one date that they all start, or is it kind of staggered?
They're starting on September 20th. They all start. Classes are all during the day. We have no classes at night. And the open house is Thursday, September 9th from 10 to 12. And people can come in and
Do you have to register for
them.
that open house or just show
no,
up?
they can just show up.
The classes range from, give us some examples.
Well, they're an hour. I'll tell you some of the topics. Art, history, music, literature, philosophy, sciences, social sciences, technology. Those are the academic classes. And then we have what we call special interest classes to keep your body active. Pickleball,
That's popular, isn't it?
very popular. That's Fridays at the Jewish Community Center. We have yoga this year. We have meditation. We have a walking course. We're going to be walking on the Rome campus. Anything to keep both your mind and your body active, that's very important.
I noticed you had a history of the Mohawk Valley and Champlain
Yes.
Valley.
Yes.
I saw that on there.
Yes, local history is very popular. Any kind of history, World War II history, very popular. Don Gondek, I don't know if you know
No.
Don, he's from Rome, has taught many classes for us, very popular. I was at the Rome Canal Fest a couple weekends ago, and we were promoting our program, and this gentleman came up and happened to ask about our classes, and I happened to mention Don's name, and oh yes, I know Don. I'm looking forward to taking classes with him.
Yeah.
So people kind of follow the facilitators too with their classes.
I was just going to say, I bet you the facilitators, the people who are teaching these classes, have a draw unto themselves.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. People love to follow the facilitators from year to year, and many do give classes every year. And it takes a lot of work to put a class together.
Well, I mentioned one of your facilitators, Frank Tomano, was in the past, but one of your current facilitators is Shara Pula, yes?
Cheryl Pula is a very popular facilitator. Cheryl has been, oh my God, I think she joined back in 1997 and has been teaching a lot of classes on historical events. I've taken many classes from her. She's wonderful. People take classes from her very often. They continue to take her classes.
I have Cheryl on as a guest often, and boy, she has such a variety of things that she can talk about. I asked her once, what's the most popular lecture she gives, and she said it was the Titanic.
I took that.
Did you?
It was great.
Yeah. The other people, who else comes to mind that are going to be facilitating this year?
Well, I'll tell you a couple of classes that are very popular. One is called Science Times.
Science
Times. That is probably one of the oldest classes. It is, this year, it's taught by, and it has several years past, by my husband John DeTraglia and Michael Kaleo. What you do is you buy the Tuesday edition of the New York Times, the Science Times section. People read that, and then the following Monday, when classes, they discuss those topics from that section, plus other topics related to science.
What a great idea.
That's very popular.
Yeah.
News classes are very popular. There's so much to talk about, local news, national, international. We have a news class on Tuesday, we have a news class on Wednesday. Very popular classes. We have a mini medicine class, which I have moderated for many years, where we try to get health professionals to come and speak on a particular subject. That's been very popular because our members love to discuss different topics on medicine.
Yeah. And when you mentioned John DeTraglia, that's Dr. John DeTraglia.
Yes.
Right, okay.
Yes.
We're going to take a short break and come back. We're talking about MVI-LR. Short break, right back. And welcome back, everybody. Thanks for sticking with us. Cynthia DeTraglia is our guest. We're talking about MVI-LR, Mohawk Valley
Institute for
Institute.
Learning in Retirement.
I always forget the Institute.
Yes.
Institute for Learning in Retirement.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe it was on your website that I saw this, but somebody was saying to me, or I read it somewhere, that one of the keys to aging is to keep on learning, yes?
Absolutely. You never lose that desire to learn. It's important not only to keep your mind active, to keep your body active. The socialization plays a big part as we grow older as well. But you're never too old to learn something new.
My guess is there's probably some people that are taking classes that they don't get the chance to talk to anybody or be with somebody except for that, yes?
That's why this organization is so important, because we need that socialization.
The new venue this year is up at MVCC's Rome campus, the Plumley building, and that's the site of your open house. I want to make sure that we let people know that again.
Yes, the open house. Anyone can come. You don't have to pre-register. It's Thursday morning, September 9th, from 10 to 12 noon. We will have people there to answer any and all questions. You can register to join our program, you can pick your classes, you can have a tour of the building. It's very easy parking, and there's plenty of handicap parking as well.
And you were mentioning to me during the commercial that for those people who don't have a computer, they can just pick up the telephone.
Yes, I'm going to give you the number.
Okay.
It's 315-334-7761. Or you can stop by the Rome campus, come into our office. We'll have people there to help you to register, and you can pay there. You don't need a computer.
What about somebody, I know it's too late for this time around, but what about somebody who is interested in facilitating a class? How do they go about it?
They could call the office, and they could express a desire to teach, or they could contact someone from the curriculum committee. And all they have to do is let one of us know. We'll be more than happy to have them come and to the curriculum committee and meet with us. We can answer any questions they might have. That's not a problem. We look forward to having new facilitators at all times.
The organization is a nonprofit. Is it a 501c3?
Yes.
What happens with the fees that are charged? You have your membership fees.
Yes, we use it to pay our program coordinator.
Okay. The idea behind this, I guess, is going on in other communities as well, right? We're not unique in this. They have something like this?
Well, I think there's something like this in Syracuse, but there are many communities, many large cities that have this kind of a program, but they charge by the course.
I see.
And they charge a lot more for parking. We don't have any parking fee, and we have a set fee for the whole program.
What's the idea, Cynthia? Just to break even on this?
As far as
The membership fees. I mean, you don't want to make any money on it. You don't want to lose any money on it.
That's correct. Break even.
Okay. Will you be taking any classes this year?
Absolutely.
Yeah. What will you be taking?
Well, I love to talk, so I love the news discussion classes. They're great. I'll probably take, I'm just trying to think, Mahjong. I love Mahjong. I'll take a Mahjong class.
Now, what is that?
Mahjong is a Chinese tile game.
Oh.
Very popular.
Is that like Scrabble or something? No.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
You've got 4 people playing. Very popular class. I am moderating, I'll give a plug for my class. I am moderating a class called Local Entrepreneurs. And that is a continuation of a class that one of our members, Irving Mason, started years ago. And he and Marcia, who are both active members of MVILR, moved to Florida. And I thought it was such a popular class, I thought I would take it on myself. And I've selected 4 people who have had successful businesses, and they will come and talk and discuss how they got started and why they think their business became successful. And this particular class has proven to be very popular.
Who are you going to bring in? Do you know yet?
Yes, I know. I have Joe Taylor from AmCare Ambulance. I have, let's see, trying to think. I have.
Don't you hate it when your mind goes blank?
Yes, my mind has gone blank. I have Laura Mishazik from the old Wicker Mill.
Oh, yeah, I see her on TV a lot.
Yes, and I have 2 more, and my mind is blank right now.
Yeah, it's all right. And for those people that want to take your class, if they called, they could say, well, I want to take Cynthia DeTraglia's class?
They can just pull it up online. Our catalog is going to go online next week.
Okay.
Next week, yes. They could register then, or they can register at the open house.
Okay. Let's wrap it up by giving them all the information they need to know. The cost is, did you say $260?
$260 for the full year, and then partial memberships are online.
For people who go down south. And the open house is coming up September
9th from 10 to 12.
Okay. And the classes will be starting on September?
September 20th until November 12th.
Okay. What else does somebody need to know? We've got about 30 seconds left.
Well, I think it's important to know that when you retire, you need to keep busy.
Mm-hmm.
You need to have a plan, number one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as we grow older, the need to socialize and the need to keep your mind and body active, very important.
Well put. Thank you.
Okay.
That's going to do it for us this week. We'll be back next week. We'll do it all again. Don't forget CNYhomepage.com. There's lots of good stuff there as well. Until next time.
Oh.
In my throat, there's Cynthia. Until next time, take care of yourself, everybody.